88 bell chimes will chime just like the one that you heard to signify that the Pope has died at the age of 88. 7:30 Monday morning, Father Garrett Nelson of St. Mary's Catholic School in Livingston received notice the 266th Pope died. Nearly 6,000 miles from Rome, Father Garrett rang the bells.
Signaling to the rest of the community, not just the Catholics in town, but like everybody knows who the Pope is, right? And so, if we're tolling the bells, it says something, right? And it says, hey, it brings to mind, prayers for him and also prayers for the church.
Father Garrett tells me he was there in St. Peter's Square when Pope Francis was appointed in 2013. And now, years later, he reflects on the Pope's unwavering commitment to his faith and his people.
Dedication to the very end, he was a man who died with his boots on in a lot of ways, right? So yeah. So I think it's inspiring for us as priests, to see those who have kind of gone before us as models for how we should live our lives, as servants of the people.
Tuesday, when school is back in session, he'll help the youngest members of his parish honor the Pope's memory. He tells me, as a priest and servant to the children, it's his duty to guide them through grief and teach them about the leader of their faith.
We'll gather the children here, we'll pray for the Pope, and then also tomorrow afternoon we're going to have a lesson for the older kids, so the 3rd through the 8th grade. We'll have kind of a lesson of what happens when a pope dies, like what do we do, going through, the process of the cardinals gathering for the conclave and the election of a new pope.
And Father Garrett says it's important for children to understand they're living through a significant moment in history.
Over the course of 2,000 years, and we've only had less than 300 popes, it's a very pivotal moment in the history of the world, let alone the church, right? And so to be able to explain that to the children is actually really important, to say, hey, you're part of history right now, you're witnessing history.
By tomorrow, the bells will stop ringing, and the sounds will be replaced with the voices of children praying for Pope Francis. In Livingston, Megan Elaine, MTN News.